Wrestling fans, I'm Dan Moratti, along with...
I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer, Tony Atlas, baby!
He took the words right out of my mouth. We're back with a brand new MWF Ultra right now.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
No. Listen, I just got to the Boston Wrestling MWF studio. Right. No. You know what? They got this guy, John Bradshaw Layfield, you know, Mr. Know-It-All. I'm the wrestling god. There ain't nobody better than me. I'm the best there is. You know, I got all kinds of money. I know Vincent Kennedy, McMahon. Let me tell you something. If he gets in my way, if he gets Tommaso Ciampa back in the ring, if he has any way of doing that, I'm going to stomp his face right in the ground. That's right. John Bradshaw Layfield. You know, I don't know what JBL stands for, but he's coming here and he's going to try to take over my promotion with his money and his mouth. Well, you know what? His pretty whites might just be bloody whites. Yeah, what? No. Just let me handle it. I know I can handle it. I know I can take care of it. Don't worry about it. It's not... I'll call you back. Well, how you doing? How you doing,
Good,
Mr.
sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you,
I think
sir.
we have a bit of a misunderstanding. I think you should come on board as a good employee should and realize the good of the company is much bigger than the good of the individual, and what I'm doing is actually good for the company.
You had one employee. Didn't work out to be a very good employee. HBK. You lost on that one. You're trying to take over my show. You're trying to take over my promotion. You're trying to take over my wrestlers. You know what? I don't want to be an employee. I don't like you. I wouldn't work for you. So why are we even having this conversation?
I think you need to understand the difference between riches and wealth. And what I am
Look who's back, Bravo! Look who's back! Take one!
You should have drank the Kool-Aid. It's a lot easier just drinking the Kool-Aid.
The energy of champion!
Manage yourself. There you go.
Nice suspension, old man!
That's
Tell you
fabulous.
what, fabulous.
Give him a tip, JBL. Give him a tip.
About $1 million happy bucks. So much easier being a team player.
I enjoyed the rest, kid.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back to MWF Ultra. Tony, what a way to kick off the show. It was a segment that was near and dear to my heart. Our relationship with WWE has always been so great. They allowed, at the time, WWE Intercontinental Champion JBL to be down here at the studio, and he invested his money from his energy drink company into buying the Uprising faction, which John Cena Sr. had started. They kind of ousted John Cena Sr. from within, and not too, maybe 30 feet from where we are right now on the loading dock, JBL led an attack with former MWF Heavyweight Champion Slick Wagner-Brown and now current NXT standout Tommaso Ciampa. They beat the ever-living hell out of Johnny, taking those billion-dollar bills and shoving them down John Cena Sr.'s throat. I got a kick out of it.
Well, Slick Wagner-Brown, I got a lot of respect for. He's a rugged individual. In fact, I gave him his first match. When I was running the Atlas Championship Wrestling, Slick Wagner-Brown and Jason Rumble used to come up and work for me. They were straight out of the school of Killer Kowalski. Back in the day, we were trained by Killer Kowalski and Richie Burns. JBL, if he was on fire, I wouldn't spit on him. He's a low-life piece of shit.
Why is JBL a low-life piece of shit?
He's a low-life piece of shit.
Well, a lot of fans don't like him.
Yeah.
But what did you think what they did to John Cena Sr.?
I think
They
John
laid the
Cena
man
citizens
out.
got up and slapped the hell out of Jay, whatever his name is.
They took the energy drink and poured it on John Cena Sr.'s
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
I was worried the piece was going to become unglued and it was going to fall
President
off.
Trump would say, fake news, fake drink.
You think his energy drink is a fake drink?
Everything about him is fake.
Well, the energy drink doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it exists, but it's not an energy drink. It's probably something he done conjured up his own self and try to get on people. He's a con man. He's a piece of shit.
John Cena Sr. said it was monkey piss.
It probably was if it come from JPL. He's a piece of shit.
Well, Tony, I don't think
I
he's...
should have whooped his ass when I was with WWE, but I was afraid to lose my job because he kept fucking with me. But then he did get his ass whooped in real life by an office personnel. What that young kid?
Joey Styles.
Who?
Joey Styles?
Joey Styles beat the hell out of your big long-legged ass. Joey Styles ate your freaking lunch, did he? You piece of shit.
Well, Tony, we're counting down the days to Saturday night, December the 28th.
John Cena should have slapped his big goofy ass too. Piece of shit.
Don't think a guy that I kind of like, John Layfield, will be with us. Not a friend of Tony's, but we're putting together an all-star lineup of professional wrestling. Tony, we announced last week that the WWE Hall of Famer, a man that you like a lot more than John Layfield.
The Ron Summer carried him.
I like Ron too.
Ron is a great guy.
A man that is going to be with us December 28th in Melrose, your good friend, the Hall of Famer, Gerald Brisco. I know you're thrilled about that.
I love Gerald Brisco. Gerald Brisco, the Brisco brothers, was two of the, I would say, some of the best tag team, you know, or they were known all over the world, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, all through Texas, the Midwest, California, Mid-Atlantic, Georgia Championship Wrestling, everywhere. So the Brisco brother, you know, unfortunately, Jack is gone. You know, but Jerry stayed here. He's a gentleman. We were with him.
We had a lot of fun in New York.
We had a lot of fun with him.
WrestleMania
and everybody
weekend.
that met him was happy. He's very fan friendly. You know, he signed in an autograph. He takes time. He has a wonderful book out now.
He does?
No, that wasn't him with the book. Who had that book? Was selling that book? Oh, that was.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was Mantel selling the book.
Well, that book's been out for about 7 or 8 years, Tony.
You're kidding
But he's
me.
selling it, yeah. Dutch Mantel, Zeb Coulter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was selling his book. It's been out for about 8 years.
You kidding me?
No.
See how much I keep up with
No.
this?
One thing we want you to keep up with, folks, is December the 28th, MWF Project X. The tickets are going to be on sale soon. Beyond Jerry Brisco, Tony, we've been happy to announce that you're going to serve as like the host of the event. For the VIP fans that are going to be in attendance, you and I are going to do a live version of this talk show for the fans in attendance that have those VIP tickets. And you're going to be available for autographs and photos, all under the auspices of it being the culmination of our 8th annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy
Wonderful.
Drive. We're going to do everything we can to raise money to make sure that Santa Claus can update his GPS to make sure that he doesn't miss any house on his roof,
That's
so
good.
to speak. That means a lot to me.
And I normally don't do this, but especially for your show on the 28th, I'm gonna take a shower, brush my teeth, and change my underwears.
Well,
Strictly for that show only. I ain't gonna do it again, just that one time.
what is going to happen at Memorial Hall, Tony, when you and I sit down with some special guests known around the world from WWE, and we shoot from the hip live, not in this studio, down the street at Memorial Hall? I think it's going to be a blast.
I think it'll be
Live,
absolutely
baby.
wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, people are going to see us up front and in person. And then a lot of time we have a live studio audience here that is always get a kick out of it.
The one we're going to tape at Memorial Hall, it's not going to be on social media. It's not going to be on YouTube. You have to be there live to experience this one. I think it may be our biggest show yet.
It'd be wonderful.
I can't wait to announce. I know you've had some private...
JBL is not going to be there, is he?
I don't think so.
Good. They're going to stink up the place.
All right. Well, I know you've had some private discussions with Dr. David Reese on some great talent that you would like to be a part of the event. Almost like what goes on with the off-season in Major League Baseball. We have some contract negotiations going on right now with some top talent, but it's going to be a night of great action. We've used the phrase for a long, long time, the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And that means a lot to me. We're going to have the Jerry Briscos. We're going to have the Tony Atlases that lived professional wrestling in the 70s, 80s, and even, you know, you were around in the 90s into the 2000s that featured on WWE TV. We're going to have some guys that you know fresh from WWE television and talk about the superstars of tomorrow. We're out there trying to bring in the best independent professional wrestlers in the industry. We want to give fans a night they're never going to forget. Again, to honor that man up there, our dear friend Paul Bearer, and all of the great wrestling legends that have passed on. I hate to forget them because they shouldn't be forgotten. It's going to be a great night.
Yep. Yeah, because they're the cornerstone of this business. They blood, sweat, and tears they gave to this business, and they guys like Harley Race, King Kong Bunny. I'm gonna really miss it. They were truly a great assets to the business for many, many years.
Well, the place you want to be, again, Memorial Hall. It's been a long time since we've been in that venue, Tony. There was a lot of BS that went on with John Cena Sr. wanting to move the company down to North Carolina, which he succeeded in doing for a period of time. We've had a lot of BS go on.
Probably JBL talked him into it.
Probably. We had a lot of BS go on with the venue itself. Someday I'd like to tell that story, Tony. For 20 years, the ongoing saga we've had trying to deal with that building being Memorial Hall. But the venue itself, aside from the people, it's a beautiful building for professional wrestling. Every seat is great. And it's not just going to what? Geez, are we keeping you up, brother? Are we keeping you up? We keeping you up?
No, I was just thinking about my love
JBL.
affair the other day. I had a love affair.
I can only imagine.
With a parakeet.
You know, Lanny Poffo had a love affair the other day,
I
too.
had it with a parakeet.
He didn't have it with the parakeet.
And you know something?
What happened?
I had a pecking good time.
So did he. All right, Tony. Continue to follow us on our social media streams for the ticket information, more featured superstar announcements. We're just sometimes hours away from announcing a big one. You're not going to, and you know who we're talking to about being at this event. It's going to be great for these fans.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right, wrestling fans, right now we're going to take a brief time out. We come back. We're going to go retro to a very interesting interview we had. We thought it was going to be with the leader of the uprising, John Cena Sr. What it turned into, well, stay tuned.
Trenton at WWE Live. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman will face the OC's Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson in Raw Tag Team title action.
It's that same old recipe. It's a magic killer, a 1, 2, 3, and a just too sweet.
We'll take on anyone that wants to step up and challenge us for these tag titles.
Don't miss when WWE Live comes to Trenton, Saturday, October 19th. Tickets and WWE Superstar Experience packages are available this Friday.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back again. We're going to be trying to bring some of the superstars that you'll see December the 28th into the studio. You know I don't like John Cena Sr. We've talked about that many times. He disgusts me in a lot of ways. I know Dr. David Reese thinks it would be great for the organization if him and I can find peace. You think it would be great for the organization if him and I can find peace.
Also great for your soul.
There's just a lot of bitterness towards him. He hurt a lot of people, not just me. He hurt a lot of professional wrestlers. He hurt a lot of careers. He hurt a lot of fans that really enjoyed going to the show. He hurt a lot of the people that come and do camera at these events. He hurt a lot of people that come to these events and sell merchandise for us. He hurt people that come and sell pizza. He hurt a lot of people with his selfish motive to take what we did down to North Carolina with that other piece of garbage, Dylan Cage. And you can say it'd be good for my soul, but I don't easily forget it. But anyway, I thought John Cena Sr. was going to be here for an interview. I was told the leader of the uprising was coming down. What this interview turned into, Tony, well, fans, it's for you to decide. Check it out. Wrestling fans, welcome back. I was expecting to be conducting an interview with the leader of the uprising today. That, to me, would say John Cena Sr. No John Cena Sr. I thought maybe when I found out Johnny wasn't here, did JBL invest his funds into the uprising faction again here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation? No. Instead, I saw these Ozzy Osbourne-looking sunglasses peering at me. And with us today is Club Cam Zagami. Cam, welcome to the show, I guess.
Thank you for having me, Dan. I am thrilled to be here.
Where is John Cena Sr.?
It's a great question. You know, maybe he might be with the grandkids. He might be shooting the back nine. Maybe he's having a kitty cone of, vanilla ice cream or coffee ice cream, whatever he likes.
But last we saw you, Antonio Thomas, Brian Malonis, Slick Wagner Brown, you beat the ever-living hell out of Warbeard Todd Hanson, and I only wish that he was still with us here in the MWF to get a little bit of retribution. Dr. David Reese, our esteemed president, suspended John Cena Sr., but Johnny threw us a curveball, and he put you in charge of the faction since then. as you prepare for things to unfold in the second chapter of the MWF here in New England. What is going on with Cena Sr.?
Well, that's a great question. And I'm not sure anybody knows, and better yet, I'm not sure anybody cares.
Really? Well, I don't miss him, so you're not going to hurt my feelings with that.
Well, a lot of things have changed. But no one's changed quite as much as me. We've seen people come and go, rise and fall, but there's been one constant, and that's Club Cam.
Well, you've gone through this metamorphosis of a personality change. What is going on here? We got the leather pants, you've got the Love Boat type jacket going. What's going on here?
For a long time, I wanted to fit in, Dan. I wanted to be another one of the boys.
Impossible.
Exactly. I realized that I wasn't. In fact, I realized that Cam was in a league of his own. Cam is a VIP. And very few other people belong in the VIP lounge, in this lounge of winners. And I've realized that ever since my time in Johnny's uprising, whatever you want to call it. A lot of things have changed, but I'm here to make it a change for the better.
Well, there's been a lot going on in the rumor mill about what's been going on in the faction. There's going to be some returning body parts. There's going to be some new body parts coming and going. I hear a lot, I talk to a lot of people. What is the future of this faction now coming back? Who can we expect to see?
Well,
I'd like some announcements to share on the air with WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
I'm sure he's dying to know.
We are.
Club Cam has had a lot of notable VIPs. Top talent VIPs, may I add. But this time around, we're not in the back seat.
Well, you've been there before.
We're in the driver's seat now. And everybody else better buckle up. Mm-hmm. Because those VIPs in Club Cam, they have to earn their spot. They don't just get to come in and party. They have to earn their keep. So we're going to see people coming and going, but the real true VIPs are going to have to earn their place here in Club Cam.
John Cena Sr. would go out and invest in the best. JBL would go out and invest in the best. What are you investing in?
I'm investing in the very best. They've invested in the best before, but like I said, those guys, they've come and gone. They've moved on to greener pastures. That's a way to put it. But we're the here and now. We're the next step. We're the next step in this generation. And it's time we step up and take what's ours.
You take what's yours. Interesting. Well, you talk about the great success Uprising members have found. Look at Tommaso Ciampa, the elite of NXT right now. A man you kind of went into business with out on the warehouse loading dock. Velveteen Dream, as much as I don't like him, he's found great success. Luke Robinson was an Uprising member. He went on as one of the finalists of WWE Tough Enough. Brian Malonis now is becoming more of a standout in the King of Sports Professional Wrestling now that he is affiliated with the Ring of Honor organization. Uprising members have found a great taste of gold, and they found a great taste of green in the bank account, I guess is a good way to put it.
Sure. Look, there is no denying that there has been an undeniable group of talent that has come and gone and passed through the MWF. There's no denying that. And nobody can vouch for it more than you can. But now it's time to realize that there's a new group of guys. There's a new group of guys who are looking for a chance, who want to succeed, who want to step up, who want to fill those shoes. And there's no better place to do that than in Club Cam. And if Club Cam has to use the MWF as that stepping stone, well, so be it.
You want to use the MWF as a stepping stone for your talent to go on to those 6- and 7-figure paydays in the WWEs and AEWs of the world. Is that what you're trying to say?
Absolutely. Look, I said it before, not just anybody can walk into Club Cam. They have to earn their spot. They have to earn their keep. And if I see guys with the talent and the drive and the willingness to get there, then Club Cam will be the platform. It will be the vehicle to get them to that success, to get them to those paydays, to get them to that notoriety.
Well, I admire the ambition. I'll say that. As far as the driver goes, I don't know. But I'll say this, I have a lot of respect for MWF President Dr. David Reese. I do disagree with him in where he removed the sanctions that were placed upon John Cena Sr. and that other scumbag down in North Carolina, Dylan Cage. They're going to be allowed to come and go as they please here in the MWF, which is why I thought Johnny was going to be here this afternoon for the interview. He feels it'll be great for conflict within the roster and within the organization. I disagree with that, but David Reese is now the president. Do you think you can overcome Johnny's shadow with him around?
It's like I said before. There is no denying there's been some great talent here in the MWF. But this is the next step forward. We can't be looking at the stars of yesterday and the groups and the factions of yesterday, or whatever went on in South Carolina or North Carolina or whoever Dylan Cage is. I'm not worried about him. As far as I'm concerned, he's in my rearview mirror. He can go do whatever he wants to do. He can sit at the door and beg like a puppy at Club Cam for all I care.
That's where he belongs. I'll agree with you on that one.
But as far as Johnny, he gets my admiration. He's played a good part for me. He's helped me a lot, but
do you appreciate John Cena Sr.?
To a point.
To a point, really?
To a point.
Interesting. The man that brought you into the Millennium Wrestling Federation.
You know what's funny is he's managed me. He's took me under his wing a few times, but, sometimes you just got to grow up and move on. And that's exactly what Club Cam's doing.
Saturday night, December the 28th, that's MWF Project X back at Memorial Hall in Melrose. Cam, any final thoughts on what we can expect from your organization heading into this big homecoming?
Club Cam is ready to show new, young talent who wants to step up and wants to take a chance with their careers. They want to move forward. They don't want to beg for bookings. They don't want to do ring crews. They don't want to suck up to all the boys who have been around too long in New England. They want to take what's theirs because they know what's theirs. We're going to be champagning and campaigning all night at Club Cam. And there's only so much room in this lounge of winners. But I'll tell you this, there is plenty of room for the line of losers.
Well, hopefully Dylan Cage will be at the back of the line. Don't really need another reincarnation of that. But Cam, very, very interesting. I just wish we could know when we can expect these announcements. Because for better or worse, there's been a lot of high quality pieces of talent. And one thing you can't deny in professional wrestling, whether you like the personality, whether you hate the personality, you cannot deny talent.
You can't. You can't. I have a few tricks up my sleeve, and we'll be ready to make announcements when the time is fit, when the time is right. But I think what fans need to know is that, look, MWF has been around since when? 2001?
2001, correct.
2001. I was 7 years old. Not 7 years old anymore.
No, believe it or not.
And believe it or not, I've learned a few things since then, right?
All right, well.
So, hey, this is a good change. This is a positive change. This is a change that the area might need.
All right, wrestling fans, more questions than answers with this one. I'm getting the signal from the back. We're running out of time again. The countdown is on. MWF Project X Saturday night, December the 28th, Memorial Hall in Melrose, as we cap off our 8th annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock Toy Drive. We're going to have a live VIP exclusive Memories and Legends talk show with some of the featured superstars. Autograph photo fan fest capped off by a tremendous night of in-ring professional wrestling for Club Cam himself. Maybe you can get on the VIP list. I don't think I am.
Tony, that wasn't what I expected. I mean, you talk about, I don't like John Cena Sr. This one is an imbecile.
Well, yes.
That's the only way you can sum it up.
I hate because I'm not the brightest light in the room myself. The elevator go to the top, but there's nobody home. Yeah. So I'm not the type of person to talk about a person intelligent when I have They told me one time if my IQ was 1 point less, I'd be a banana, you know.
Yeah.
Doctor was gonna give me a blood test. I stayed up all night to study for it. So, yeah, but you're right. Yeah, I gotta go along with you. Yeah.
I don't know, Tony. This journey towards December the 28th, the plot thickens. I can't wait to see. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see how John Cena Sr. is going to react to that. He wasn't very complimentary towards the man that welcomed him into the faction to begin with. As much as I don't really care for him, I like the fact that he doesn't like Johnny. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Well, see, I have a relationship not only with John Senior. I have a relationship with what most people don't know, John Cena brother.
With his brother, really?
Yeah, well, his brother is very much involved in bodybuilding. He promoted not too long ago. We was going to do he promote bodybuilding competition, and I've been fortunate enough to be to judge at some of his contests. I learned this. I was riding with a guy called Don Serrano, and he used to wear a big platform on his boots, like it made himself look taller. Puerto Rican guy, Don Serrano, and I rode with him all week. In fact, he helped teach me how to drive. And some guys were making fun of him for being short and had these big boots. So I wanted to be one of the boys, so I joined in, making fun of him. So George Scott, my mentor, said, Tony, I saw you and Don ride together all week. I thought y'all got along pretty good. I said, we did, we got along great. And he said, well, why are you knocking him then? I said, because the other guys are doing it. He said, regardless of how he gets along with the other guys, them two guys may have a problem, but as long as you don't have a problem with Serrano, you are wrong to knock him. That's why when you talk about John Sr., I can't say nothing because I never had a problem with him. I don't know the story of what went on between you and him, but sometimes you can be the best of friends with somebody. It's almost like a marriage. I mean, you and this girl, y'all make great friends. You just don't make a great couple. I mean, you get married, you fight and fuss every day, but as long as y'all just friends and hanging out together, you get along fantastically. So I don't know what he's like as a business person, because I never did business.
Well, you're going to learn real soon.
Where you could speak to that because you had...
he's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, it's just like with him, you and him, and
he's as fake as the piece on his head.
Yeah, with me, you and JBL. You and JBL may get along.
And you know what? I got to be honest. I think a lot of John Layfield, and you don't like him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's interesting to see how these relationships go
there
sometimes.
You have it. And I'm a Trump supporter, and you're a Hillary Clinton supporter.
That's not true. I didn't vote for her. Nope.
Bernie Sanders.
I didn't vote for him. I'm a registered independent.
They like Vince Sr. Vince Sr. couldn't see where wrestling was going. Vince Jr. could. So until Vince Sr. got out the way, Vince Jr. was not able to make wrestling one of the biggest entertainment businesses, indoor. There's nothing indoor outdraw WWE. Nothing.
Well,
basketball don't do it.
Oh, no. Are you shitting me?
Basketball never had no 70,000 people watching it.
That's one day out of the year. The NBA draws sellouts every night.
So did Vince. For many years. Yeah, for many years. I mean, but look, he's selling out these colleges. He's selling out stadiums.
For big shows, yes, Vince, they do very well.
But as long as Senior was there, that would have never happened because Senior saw things. I was like that to see him Pump straighten my ass out. Yep. And John Morrison, I was like that. You listen to old people with us talk. In my day, you got toll booths, you get it in the mail now. There's no more toll attendant. You go to your supermarket, you just check the stuff out. You can't get a check no more. Everything is direct deposit. Everything is electronic. The paper mill, the Millennium went out of business because nobody write letters anymore. They text now. So a lot of stuff that these politicians are talking about, them days are never coming back.
All right,
never.
You heard it from the Hall of Fame and Mr. USA Tony Atlas himself. Join us next week for MWF Ultra. We're going to have another talent announcement for December the 28th, another featured superstar that'll be joining us. In addition to that, tomorrow, it's Tuesdays with Tony. We're going to be back with a brand new Wrestling Insiders. We're going to talk about a topic that many of you have contacted us about, Tony's interaction with CM Punk. That'll be very interesting. Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, but especially fans around the corner, they're going to be joining us Saturday night, December the 28th, downtown Melrose at Memorial Hall for our reunion, our homecoming. It's MWF Project X. Tony, I know you've had extensive meetings with our president, Dr. David Reese, a man I know you have a lot of respect for. I understand that the ink is still drying on the contract, but you have an announcement to make for us.
Mark Henry, on the 28th, we're going to see who's the world's strongest man.
Tony, that is unbelievable. WWE Hall of Famer, multi-time world champion, the world's strongest man. Well, I don't want to say that around you. Mark Henry is going to join us live in MWF Project X. What a chance for the fans to meet Mark live, a man that you traveled with, a man that you managed, a man that you had a little bit of friction with at times.
The man that I'm going to press slam in the middle of the square circle.
I don't think that's going to happen.
And give him the wrestling lessons of his life. He would be there.
Tony, with an event like we're having, again, in conjunction with the wrap-up, I guess, of our 8th annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive, what a chance for the fans to come out, get an autograph, get a posed photo. I believe Mark is going to take part in the Memories and Legends show that we're going to do live for the VIPs. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. All right, well, he's all worked up. For Tony Atlas, I'm Dan Marotti. Another reason to get prepared to get those tickets. Head on over to BostonWrestling.com and our social media platforms for complete event information. I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Let us tell you how the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation can help raise cash for your nonprofit cause. Experience the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation live in your city, throughout New England, the tri-state area, down through the Carolinas, out to our friends in the Midwest and beyond.
If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive turnkey experience while putting the fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner to work with every step of the way.
The MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size, from our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls. We've presented live events everywhere and anywhere.
Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town. Not for a wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph, pose photo opportunities, Q&A sessions, and so much more. It's the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and greet reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more.
Our live events are fit for fans of any age from 5 to 95. This fall is part of our new Kids Club program. We offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far on our local television offerings and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platforms.
Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the NWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause.
Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year to your community.
Don't just take it from us. Here are the folks we've teamed up with in the past.